figured out was wrong. Nobody called during a video. I know why the 3 o'clock one didn't work. My sister called me before I even sat down. And then it stops recording. That was probably Curtis calling saying, what do I need to pick up before I come home for dinner? Which, he doesn't need to pick anything up. I'm just going to post that on Facebook with my tablet. Because that is annoying. That is annoying. I don't know if I like this app for that reason. Okay, so let me go back to what I was saying. Not being able to have children. And I'm sorry, Braylon is very vocal. We found our voice in the last few weeks. And it's very... She's got Mama's voice. She really does. She can really make Mama's voice. She's got my voice. She can really make it. She can make it loud. So, let me post it real quick. So if any of you guys are family, don't call me. I know my husband's not watching it, but just don't. Let's see if we can get through this in the next 10 minutes. Okay, so maybe that's one good thing at my one video at 2 a.m. is so good, because nobody calls you at 2. Okay, so... Sorry, tears, and you guys totally got cut off during the tears. So, since the Turner syndrome, they can't have children. And so, since that X chromosome isn't there, she has a possibility. But it's like a 0.05% chance of her having kids. Is very minimal, and there's a very small chance that she can. But the Mosaic girls have a higher chance because some of their Ys are in their body, where other ones don't have a Y chromosome, or X chromosome. So they have some X chromosomes in their body, and in other areas they don't. So it's like a partial. So those they have a higher chance of getting pregnant than just a girl that's straight up Turner, no X in their body at all. But there's always a chance for everything. You can't always rule anything out, because these girls are strong. Very strong girls. But when they told us that she had the Turner syndrome and that she couldn't have children, they said, so since she can't have children, she's going to have hormone therapy. And I thought, okay. So they go about 18 months. She'll get growth hormones to help her grow so she's not under 4'7", so she can get taller. And that goes up, I think, until like the age before they get, since they're missing that second X, after they don't go through puberty. So they get the hormone therapies about the time that they get a period. So first we'll start out with growth hormones about 18 months. She'll get that all the way until about the time she needs to go to hormone therapy, and then she'll be on that. So the reason why she needs to be on hormone therapy, if she doesn't get it, they have a greater chance of getting osteoporosis because their body doesn't develop what needs for those bones to be strong, and they can go through menopause even though they never get menstruating. So she will not grow breasts or get a period unless we give her hormone therapy. And so I don't think I don't know if this is correct on the hormone therapy, but I don't think most insurances cover it. I know for a fact insurances don't cover the growth hormones that she's got to start taking when she's 18 months. And I'm determined to give her every chance she has. But back to why they can't have children. So they do have the ovaries. They do have a uterus, they have all that stuff, they just don't have that chromosome. So what happens if you go in and you look at her ovaries, they're there, but shortly they are born with the eggs, which from what I understand, shortly after they're born, or sometime after they're born, they're just gone. And they're more fibrous. Well, I'm hoping she has eggs in there, and I'm praying she has eggs in there. And I'm hoping that I can talk to the endocrinologist at 6 months and see if she does. And if she does, maybe take the possibility where we go and we take the eggs out and we freeze them. And then when the time comes when she wants to have kids, we can find her a gestational carrier. Somebody that would be willing to carry that baby for her. And that way she can have her own kids. I'm not against adoption. In fact, I have cousins that are adopted. There's nothing wrong with any of those. But like I said before someone called, and before the video got shut off, the last one, is these girls, they know when they're told that they can't have kids, it's something that they don't find out like right after they get married, unless they don't know about Turner. They don't have Turner syndrome, but if their parents have known since they've been younger, how do you tell your child, how do you tell your daughter they can't have kids? Because in our society, it's very much mom has the baby, mom burps, you want to be like, there's very much this mother instinct in our society. And to take that away from little girls that probably look at it and think it's amazing, just want it, probably. I would say, I don't know about everybody, but I would hope and pray that Braylon would look at when we have our next child, like, I'm going to be a mommy. I want to do mommy things. I want to rock the baby. I want to hold the baby. Just those things. So, how do you tell them? Because I found a research online, and these people, these women, they had Turner syndrome. It was a research paper. And out of all these women that knew they had Turner syndrome, either A, the parents didn't tell them that they couldn't have kids, and they didn't find out till they were older, and to the point they wanted to have kids. B, maybe they were adults and the doctor told them they had Turner syndrome, but they didn't want to have to deal with the doctor saying, the doctor didn't want to deal with telling the patient, oh, by the way, or they just didn't mention it, you can't have kids. So there was this paper I read, and there was all these different The doctors didn't say something. The parents didn't say something. For some reason, these girls didn't find out they couldn't have kids. They knew they had the Turner syndrome, but they didn't know they couldn't have children. And there were so many comments on it, because they put down these comments. I felt betrayed. I felt upset because, you know, I always thought I could have kids, and then not to have them. What do you do? How do you tell these little girls? Sorry. You're technically a girl, but you can't have kids because of this. It's something that I think is going to be really hard, and I will do I think I'm going to do videos on how we're doing this with her, because I feel like there's not a lot of resources out there for these girls. There's groups. There's very few groups that I've found. There's not a lot of books. And I think there's a right way of going about this. I don't know what that is yet, but I'm trying to figure it out. And I'm hoping that I do it right. I tell her right. I do everything I need to do. If you guys have questions, please put them down below, because I want to answer them the best I know. But I love the little girl to death. I'm scared for the growth hormones because it's a daily thing. I'm scared for when we do get to the point of having to do hormone therapy, because she's going to see a doctor. She's not going to be, like you guys saw, we saw a cardiologist yesterday. So we don't just see a doctor, like a pediatrician, a dentist, and an eye doctor. Some people don't go to an eye doctor, but we don't just see a pediatrician and that's it. And, you know, of course she doesn't have any teeth yet, so we're not seeing a dentist quite yet. But we're going to be seeing a pediatrician. We see a pediatrician, I feel like, more than anybody else. And that could be from the NICU, staying in the NICU for 11 days. Because even if you're a NICU baby, you're higher risk for all these other things. So, we have our pediatrician. We'll have a dentist here in probably a year. We have an eye doctor now. We have a cardiologist. We'll have an endocrinologist by 6 months. And the 7th one, we also have what was it? We went and saw him back before she had her heart surgery. There's a 6th one we see also, but we only see him like every year. So we have all these different doctors, and insurance only covers so much. And so, since insurance only covers so much, and we can, you know, my job, I do part-time because I want to stay home with her. But, since I'm a graphic designer, I want to do something else. Do something for her so that she can have the chance of being able to have these if the insurance won't pay for it. And that is, I'm going to start a line, and hopefully it gets big enough that I can give back to other girls that have Turner syndrome. Because, like I said, not all of them are the same. Not every girl has a wide neck. Not every girl has the short hairline in the back of their neck. Not every girl has the droopy eyes. Not every girl is the same when they're Turner syndrome. And so I would love to get back to those girls that maybe their parents can't afford, or they don't have the right insurance, or anything like that. So, to help pay for her first, and then help others also, I'm going to do a line. And it's going to be a postcard line. We'll do different postcards because I feel like in our society today. We're so digital, which is fine and great, and there's a right time, place, and for everything. But I feel like we're missing the handwritten letters. So hopefully the postcards go to other things as well. We design other things, but what I'm going to do is design them, and then hopefully they won't be super expensive, but hopefully they'll be enough in a price range that you guys will all love them and want to get them. We'll do them for birthdays, Valentine's Day. Maybe we'll even do some of us when we're on vacation, specialty ones you guys maybe want to buy. But I'm going to do this. I'll have the website and everything up on a post later. But I want to do this so that I can pay that for her. I have some other things in the details. Wait for next February, because I'm going to release something that if you're watching right now and your daughter has Turner syndrome, I'm hoping what I release next January or next February will help you. Because I'm doing this also to help me and Braylon and I, so that I can help her with why she has Turner syndrome. And let's see if I have any questions. No questions? I don't know everything. You gotta have some kind of questions. Hey, my sister's watching. Hi, Jaysha. Shout out if you wanna watch a funny. She's not funny, she's cute too. Or I want to watch another channel when you're not there live with Braylon and I. Go to my sister's channel. I'll put a link on hers below on a different video, but she's got some interesting videos. She should be at I think Young Women's or something. So, with Braylon and the Turner syndrome, I'm hoping we can change it. I'm hoping that when we say Turner syndrome, that people don't look at me dumb, because I want to change that. I want to change that these girls are not special, because I don't like that word, precious. Like I said, precious, and that they are here for specific reasons, that they will be able to, she's really talking today, let them be known that they're precious, and that just because they're different doesn't make them less of a person. Because I think with anything, whether your child has Turner syndrome or anything else, they're different. We're all different. If we were all the same, we'd all be boring. And so, if you guys have questions, now that I'm going to be closing this video, still ask them below. Just go ask them. Hopefully, we can do a video every other week. I know I said in the last one that I would do a video more often, but we got a little busy this month. So if you guys have a question, just ask it below about Turner syndrome, about anything. And I will talk to you guys later. Bye!